I've said that before, but I will say it again. You don't need fancy stuff to make urban sketching. You just need a sketchbook and a pen. That's all you need. You can go more fancy if you want. You can add colors, colored pencils, watercolor, markers, whatever you are willing to carry. But when I'm traveling light. And this is the lightest I could do. I've recently visited 2 museums in the same day, and I filled this sketchbook during the day. Let's look at what's inside. Don't forget to hydrate, that's important. This is the sketchbook I used. It was the first time I bought this one. It comes with 2 sketchbooks together, and it is from the brand Hahnemühle. Sorry for the pronunciation. It's perfect just for a small urban sketchbook that you want to fill in no time, because it has only 20 pages, so that makes 40 occasion to fill, and it's 140 GSM, so if you are carrying your watercolor with you, it can handle a bit of watercolor. Not too much water though, and the size is just perfect. Fits in a pocket, especially the back pocket of your jeans, along with just a single pen, and you are good to go with that. Just that, and you can do a pretty cool thing with it. And I discovered later that they have even a folded pocket here to, you know, place your tickets and whatever you are collecting on your journey. So this is a brand new one. Loved it so much I bought a second packet when I saw that I had filled this one in just one day. So let's make a sketchbook tour, and I want to talk a bit about how it is to fill that in just one day. Actually, it was 2 museums that I visited in Montpellier, and here we go. So first, I didn't do anything on the first page. I don't know why, don't ask me why, but I think it will be for the ticket that I will glue there. This is the front door of the museum, and I've been to the cashier and asked for a nice stamp or a nice sticker. They only had that, which is the name of the museum, Musée Fabre. Fabre is the name of the guy who founded the museum late 18th century, something like that. And at first, my idea for the first 2 pages was to not take any photos in the museum and just draw and take notes. This is why I drew this kind of ribbon floating, and I wrote some notes. Same for this painting, which has everything green and blue except for this guy red. And I realized that it would be too complicated to do that, especially because there was a group of kids all around me and I couldn't stay very long in specific rooms. I had to move to avoid them so I could draw quietly. So I moved to another strategy, which was to draw what was catching my eye, what I thought would be nice to keep as a memory, and also taking photos and filming some videos. This was a composition that was driving me, but my drawing is pretty weird. Just so I don't draw always characters, but this one is a nice landscape, marine actually. The composition was really great. A lot of buildings, a lot of characters, and it's really something you have to try standing in a museum and filling a sketchbook. Don't think about people around you, just go for it. This guy, I love the hat. And this is a limit of drawing with just a pen, is you don't have the color, and of course, I don't want to fill everything in black with just such a fine liner. But here is a actual painting. And I began with taking some notes, some landmarks. I'm always trying to fit everything in the frame of the page. Sometimes I fail, you'd see that later, but I placed some landmarks like the top of the head, the chin, and the bottom of the collar. This is my landmark and this is the actual drawing, so pretty close, but not exactly there. This is a landmark for the bottom of the, what is it? I don't know, top of the cloth, and I'm a bit up. But okay, I'm happy with this one. Two portraits from the Italian Renaissance. They were facing each other with different frames, but when I drew them, the lines connected, and I thought it was interesting to get them to look at each other. Ah, this one, complicated, and I'm not good at horses. But same, I tried to place landmarks. This was supposed to be the end of the coat floating, and well, not bad. Here is a painting if you want to compare. And I'm not looking for realism, I'm looking for some kind of memory anchors, something to remember what I've seen that day. Some hands study, and yes, hands are something. Could have done more, but to wait. Ah, this one, she was a saint. I think it's Saint Agatha in French, and she had her nipples ripped off, so she is presenting them on the plate. Still being in great shape. And this cow is looking at her with a garland of flower, and it's from different paintings, just it happens to go this way. Ah, this guy, Alfred Bruyas, he was a patron for Impressionist painters, especially Courbet, and he is everywhere painted by all the painters he was patronizing. This is the first portrait of him I saw, and he was red-headed, red hair, so it's pretty easy to find him everywhere in the museum. I think maybe 20, 30 portraits of him here and there. Well, trying to render the shadows. And this is my take on this pretty hard full body with quite tricky angle on the face, not to mention the limbs. Well, that's the way it is. Ah, this one, the original painting is gorgeous, great, but my drawing is ugly. Don't mind. This is a part of a still life. Tricky to draw. Ah, and this is where I failed to fit in everything in the page. She is lacking fit. But let's say artistic license. It's a Van Dongen painting. And then I just wrote that Manet likes black. Because people, sometimes they mix Manet and Monet. There are different painters, and there was two paintings of them close to each other, and you can really tell that Manet is really painting black and Monet is painting light. That's very different. And then I lack something, but I think it will be for the ticket of the next museum, which is a museum about brutal art. Something I have never seen before, just in books or photos here and there, but an actual museum of it. It's a private one, it's a small one, it's made by people that are passionate about, and this is art made by people with mental health issues, and they make art with everything they can get their hands on. Can be dishes, can be shells, bones, paint, weaving, wood, metal, whatever it is. and they have no artistic education of any kind. They are just expressing what's in their mind, and well, sometimes it's pretty moving. And this guy was found things in nature, bones and fruits, dried fruits, and rooster legs, and assembled everything together. Here is a bit of what he's doing, was doing. Some random drawing. I love that. It's pretty expressive. There was gouache actually. Some sculpture. Pretty weird. Ah, this one was really fun. Here is a video I filmed in the museum. Love the way the mouth is so big and the limbs are so thin. That's fun. And this one is Fernand Michel. He's the one that was the house where is the museum now was his when he was working, and he did a lot of landscapes with metal sheets, stone sheets, cutting it, assembling it, and getting very interesting shapes. Also a lot of stylized faces, all made with metal. Some drawings made with just regular pens. A little sculpture. Another one in the garden, and another metallic things. I don't know how to call them. Animals, whatever. And some notes. So this is it, my complete finished sketchbook. And as I use the waterproof pen, I could add color on top of it right now. I could use my watercolor and use either my photos as reference or my imagination or my memory to be more accurate and feel that. So let me know, what should I do? Leave it as it is or add color to it? I can still do that, but I wonder if it's a good idea or not. Thanks for watching, and if you want more about getting just a single sketchbook and a pen, you have this video here that may help you. Thanks for watching.